Hey YouTube, this is Matthew with Needful Strings in Branson, Missouri, and I'm going to try my hardest to make this video short and simple for you. We'll see where it goes, okay? Today we are going to talk about fret placement on your mountain dulcimer and why certain frets are in specific areas. This is kind of an interesting topic for me. So, in the mountain dulcimer world, you are familiar with Ionian and Mixolydian. You might not know what those two terms actually mean, and it's okay, because they are just placeholder names. There is an origin to where they got the names from, but it has nothing to do with music. What we have for the mountain dulcimer, the original mountain dulcimer, was a scale that started on so. So you know how you have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Those fret placements were in place where you said so, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, so. That was the original tuning, Mixolydian. In the 70s, the guitar players got a hold of the instrument, and they wanted to, instead of starting on so, they wanted to start on do. Well, guess what? Ionian. That is what starts do. In today's mountain dulcimer books, they got those two terms mixed around. Long story, they really should fix their mistake, but it would actually cost them money, so they're not going to do it. So for most people, it's just semantics. Ionian starts on do. You have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well, what's the difference between this scale and this scale? You have originally G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This Ionian scale, this new one that we're going to introduce, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Well, look at that. The difference is with those Fs. You have an F and an F sharp. Well, that's a half step difference. Well, just so happens they needed to add a 6.5 fret to be able to do Ionian scales for the open tuning. Well, just so happens there is a G scale that I haven't talked about yet that is built in the fretboard, but it's not the open tuning. There is a G Lydian scale when you add that 6.5 fret to the fretboard. Again, it's not open, but it's there. If you wanted an open Lydian scale, which is the happiest scale, it's the most heavenly, this is what you do. You start on the 4th degree. Okay, so at first we started on the 5th degree to get our bearings straight. Then we went to the 1st degree. Now we're starting on the 4th degree. Lydian is the 4th degree. So what I mean by that is do, re, mi, fa. Okay? It's on the fa degree. Fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa. Well, in order to get those particular notes, you keep that 6.5 fret, because look, there's that F sharp. We need that F sharp. But you need a 3.5 fret. You don't need a 3 fret. So we have right now a whole bunch of frets being introduced. We put in the 6.5 fret. We just added that 3.5 fret to get a G Lydian open tuned scale. Now we can take out that C if you wanted to, but then if you do that, then you cannot play Mixolydian or Ionian for the open tuned G. Okay. So Let's look at the minor scales next. Dorian, Aeolian, Phrygian, Locrian. Locrian is diminished. It's the most sinister. Dorian is the second degree. So instead of saying do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, they start on re. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re. Well, if we have Mixolydian as our default and we're adding frets, okay, from the original, we actually have to add in a 1.5 fret. That's it. We don't need that 6.5 fret. We don't need that 3.5 fret. We only need that 1.5 fret. G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, G. G, Dorian. How about this? Aeolian. Aeolian's the 6th degree. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. G, Aeolian. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. We have that 1.5 fret in there because that's for that B flat. But they also needed to add in a 4.5 fret. They don't have to have the 4 fret, they just need the 4.5 fret. But of course, it's always good to add things so you can do multiple things on there and just go outside of the realm. Okay, we got 2 left. We have Phrygian, which is the 3rd degree. Do, re, mi. So we start mi. So mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi. Well, we just introduced a new fret, this one. We need a half fret. So you have 0, and then you need the half fret that goes in between 0 and 1. So we have that half fret. So G, A flat, B flat, we already have. That's that 1.5 fret. C, D, E flat, that was that 4.5 fret. F and G. 3 new frets need to be introduced if we have Mixolydian as our default fret placement. Okay. Now, let's go down to Locrian. Locrian is the 7th degree. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we got T is G. Ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. We have an additional fret we have to put in. So we have G, we have the A flat, which was the 1.5. We have the B flat, which is, the A flat, which is the half. We have the B flat, which is the 1.5. We also originally had the 4.5, which is that E flat, but we're introducing that D flat. That is going to be fret 3.5. Well, we had put that 3.5 in there, right? But we're not relating it to the Lydian scale. We were relating it to the Mixolydian scale. So you have 4 additional frets more than you had with the original open tuning Mixolydian. There was no frets added with the Mixolydian. So now we just added 4 frets in here, but that's not everything, right? You actually need that 6.5 fret to be added in there so you can play all 84 scales on your dulcimer, including open tuning for key of G, all 7 modes of G. Let's see here. I took you on a wild ride, didn't I? Told you it would be about 10 minutes worth of talking. Wow. I hope you understand now that Mixolydian is the open tuning. That was the original one. And it was all the white notes of your piano. It started on so. So, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, so. The dulcimer players in the 70s, or the guitar players, whomever, changed it. They wanted to add another fret. They wanted the Ionian to be able to be played, but they mixed the two terms up, remember? Which is okay, but not for me. I'd rather have truth be told than continue a lie. And that's how I see it, is a lie, and those people are profiting off of it, even though it was a mistake. It becomes a lie if you don't fix your mistake. So guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any more questions or anything like this, I know this one seemed probably more intense, and it wasn't even the math part of music theory. It was just placing the frets. But if you have questions, give me a holler. My phone number is 417-334-1395. My website is www.needfulstringsllc.com. Guys, have a fantastic, blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.